I don't know how to start. So we just got back from Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters 2016. You know.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a second. Okay, I think I know how we need to start with a disclaimer, because you are not allowed to think anything about this movie without people declaring you this and that.
Go ahead and say whatever you want about me. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, he doesn't post it on
care.
YouTube as much. Yeah.
Call me whatever you like. It's not going to change my opinion.
They're basically if we could use a Ghostbusters metaphor for how this is going to work, I'm Ray, and you're Venkman, and they're Gozer.
Yeah.
Go get him, Ray!
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, okay. Alright, so, disclaimer. We are not men's rights activists.
No.
We are not misogynists. Nor are we social justice warriors. And we do not post on Tumblr. Okay?
Oh, God, no.
We are two regular jack-offs who watch a lot of movies.
A lot of movies.
And grew up with Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And that's as far as it goes, okay?
Okay.
Is that fine with everyone?
Are you cool with it?
Okay. Boy, there was a lot of talk about this movie, from both sides.
Yeah.
It was certainly a movie. I can say that for sure. I thought at best it was okay. There were a few parts I liked. There was a lot of fluff to this movie that did not need to be in there. I liked at least half of the new cast. Yeah. Oh man, I was hoping to be surprised. I really was. God damn it, I need you. I can't do this by myself.
I went into this with relatively low expectations.
Same here, pretty much.
I just figured, everybody's bitching on both sides. I figured, hey,
yeah,
just go in, watch the movie.
And we made sure we got the earliest showing possible.
Yeah, this is Thursday night.
This is Thursday, 7 p.m. on Thursday is when we went to go see it.
Like one of the earliest showings.
I've been hearing,
get it out of the way.
I heard most people. I haven't read any reviews, but I've heard most of the talk is good to okay, which felt about right, I guess. But here's the thing. That's not how opinions work. You have to go in and see it for yourself.
Yeah.
That's what they think. It matters what we think. It matters what you think about this movie. So you don't necessarily have to listen to us. We're just kind of giving our thoughts of it.
You look like you're about to have an aneurysm.
I'm having trouble just figuring out where to begin. Just.
All right.
Maybe we should talk about what was good about this movie. Can you think of a couple?
What was good? Because I missed it.
I liked how they showed the development of the equipment.
Yeah, that's true.
I felt like that was something kind of missing from the original, although it did lead to some pretty good comedic moments, like in the elevator.
Yeah, the elevator. When they first.
But yeah, it was they showed the building the proton packs, and they tested them actually in the alley, which led to some hilarious moments from Melissa McCarthy.
Hilarious isn't the word.
I should also mention that I have no bias against anyone in this movie. I know a lot of people don't like Melissa McCarthy, and I've never seen any of her movies, honestly. So I have nothing against anyone in this movie. This is basically my introduction to pretty much all of these characters. I've seen Leslie Jones on Saturday Night Live once or twice, but I don't even watch Saturday Night Live anymore.
The truth is, they're all funny women.
Yeah, they are.
All of them.
They are.
The problem is, they were given a very, very unfunny script.
I can get behind that. Yeah.
See, you have nothing against this. You're not against anybody in this movie. I'm against one person, and his name is Paul Feig.
I can honestly say I've
You cannot write to save your life. Oh my God.
Jesus. I don't think I've ever even seen a Paul Feig movie, so I'm not biased against him either. But
I wasn't until I saw this.
Yeah. I did not.
Because this movie was a mess.
Yeah, I mean, he made Bridesmaids, and that's just not my kind of movie. So,
No.
I guess maybe this was kind of bold for him to step out of his comfort zone, maybe do a science fiction movie. But
I have a feeling if I saw Bridesmaids, then if I saw this again, it would just be Bridesmaids with proton packs.
you should just overlap both movies, the video of both movies on top of each other, see if they sync up.
Something like that, yeah. So.
Alright, so other things that were pretty good about this movie. Honestly, my favorite character was probably Patty.
Yours was Patty?
Yeah.
The only one who made me chuckle was McKinnon, Holtzman.
Holtzman, yeah. I liked her too. Patty, to me, was like... She was the most natural person in this movie. She had, like, the appropriate reactions to everything. Holtzman, I liked her because she was a little crazy, and I kind of appreciate that in a character. Also, her best quality was she didn't talk a whole lot.
No.
Because... Alright, I guess we're done with what was good about this movie.
Holtzman had the only line in the movie that actually made me laugh.
Yeah?
The whole, it's 2040.
Oh,
Our president is now a plant. I genuinely laughed at that.
That was very funny.
The only...
That was very funny. Alright, I think we're done with what we liked about this movie.
Oh, yes, we are so done.
I'll say what I didn't mind about this movie, and this was something a lot of people were complaining about. The CGI. I always love practical effects.
Same.
I don't mind CGI. I can appreciate good CGI. Because I have learned Maya. I have tried to learn Maya. It is hard. It is very, very hard to composite.
Difficult.
So, if you do CGI, I have nothing against you. And in the trailer, the CGI to me looked pretty good. In fact, I found out that at the very beginning, the first ghost, the girl, apparently that was a real actress who was enhanced with CGI. From what I hear. Remember Crimson Peak?
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a lot of motion capture.
Yeah, a lot of it was very similar to that.
Yeah.
I like that they added a good amount of color to this movie. It did not feel as gritty as the original. That's not a good or bad thing. It's just like a different thing. But I was okay with the CGI until the balloon ghosts.
Oh, Jesus.
That was where that was bad. Especially
terrible.
Especially because, okay, so at the end of the movie when they have the climax, like a bunch of old ghosts come out of New York. So, there's like, they're fighting like pilgrims and I guess settlers and...
It was basically a giant Macy's Thanksgiving game.
Yeah, and
they were all undead.
They were fighting the ghosts of the gangs of New York, apparently.
Essentially.
Because they were running at them with tomahawks and stuff.
Undead Daniel Day-Lewis was there somewhere.
And there was, going down the street, there was like parade floats that were ghosts, apparently.
Yeah. And
I have to admit, like, seeing it go by and then watching it, like, come back and just leer past the building was kind of creepy. But then, like, they all showed up, and it was just an awful CGI shitfest.
Yeah.
And then Stay Puft was there for some reason.
Yeah, it was one of the floats.
Yeah.
And throw it in.
You can see him in the trailer, too, and I knew that I was not going to like that when I saw it.
And honestly, though, I think that should have been the friggin' tagline for the movie, or at least that was the MO on set, was just throw it in.
Yeah, just throw it in.
Throw in the cameos. Just throw them in.
Have a bust of Harold Ramis awkwardly placed at somewhere, and then we'll have Dan Aykroyd be a cab driver, and then we'll throw in. We'll kill. They killed off Bill Murray, by the way.
Yeah, they did.
His character, they killed him. Spoilers. He was this like debunker on TV.
Yeah.
And they were like, I want to see the ghosts, and like we can't show you the ghosts. Oh well, it's convenient that it's right there, and I can't. Blah, blah, blah. So then Kristen Wiig threw the trap down.
Opened it.
The demon ghost flies out, pushes him out the window.
And he did.
Yeah. Way to go.
Yeah.
Thanks for Thanks for taking the idea away from Zombieland. Jesus Christ.
So much phony hype surrounding this piece of shit.
This movie was not worth freaking out over for anybody.
It was
on both sides, whether you were excited about it or whether you hated it. This was not worth all the crazy shit that happened.
And I think that was part of the whole thing, is drumming up all that phony hype just to get people to see it.
Yeah.
But
oh god, probably the worst thing about this movie was okay, so the plot of this movie was some guy who was made fun of, I guess, when he was a kid, and he was a janitor at a hotel, was like, I'm gonna destroy the world. So he was leaving these like ghost bombs all over the city, and he was trying to break the border between our world and the ghost world because I'm weird and awkward. And
nobody likes me.
Nobody likes me.
So I will make them all pay. I think he actually kind of talked like that.
Pretty much. Honestly, I kind of like the concept there. Like, just have some crazy guy want to unleash ghosts.
But honestly, if you think about it, he was basically Ivo Shandor. Remember at the time of the first movie? Now
that I think about it, he kind of was.
The doctor who thought society was too sick to survive, so he made the antenna on Zultower. Yeah,
he kept going. He's like, there must be a cleansing or something like that.
The fourth cataclysm is coming, and I shall lead them.
Yeah. So,
that guy was lame.
Here's the thing. Well, they found his lair in the basement of the hotel where he was building this gigantic machine, and apparently nobody noticed.
I know. You think somebody would find materials missing from somewhere?
Yeah. So they found this machine. He gives his evil speech, and the girls go to stop him, and then he's like, "Oh, screw you!" So he grabs onto like the Tesla coils
and
kills himself, which is pretty dark, actually.
Yeah.
But then he comes back as a ghost, and he possesses. Abby, Melissa McCarthy, and they have the whole scene where Patty slaps her, which I'm glad I was wrong about this.
Why?
Because when they showed that in the trailer, they was like, I'm going to slap the ghost out of you, and then the ghost comes out, and then she's like, the power of Patty compels you. She slaps her again for no reason. I was expecting that to go on for way too long.
Yeah, that's true. I thought that joke
I was expecting like 5 more slaps out of her.
Yeah, but that was not the joke.
Yeah, I'm happy to be wrong about that. So then,
the joke that did get drawn out, though, should we talk about the whole stupid cat out of the bag scene?
Let's finish what we're getting, because I have to get to the two most infuriating things about this movie for me. So the ghost comes out of her body. The ghost of what's his name?
I think it's Roman or something like that.
Rowan, I think. Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't. So
then the spirit gets out, and then he possesses who I think was the most infuriating character in this movie, Chris goddamn Hemsworth, who is the idiot assistant to the Ghostbusters. And when I say idiot, I mean goddamn, he must have been dropped down a flight of stairs when he was 1 year old, idiot, because...
Or born without a brainstem entirely.
Oh, God. Oh, everything about him hurt. Every scene he was in was just... pain. There was this scene. Okay, so
he was actually more effective after he got possessed.
Yeah, believe it or not. But, so there's this scene where they're interviewing him for to be the receptionist. So they're in the top floor of this like Chinese restaurant or something, and they have a fish tank in the top of their
fucking fish.
There was a telephone in the fish tank, which in itself was fucking absurd. Like, what the fuck is that doing there?
I know.
So he was trying to reach for the phone through the fish tank, and I'm like, that whole scene, I'm like, what is happening? What is this movie?
How do you function?
He was just...
And some people in the audience were laughing at that. I'm like,
no,
what the fuck is wrong with you people?
That is not funny. It's a waste of time. Oh,
there were so many scenes that were.
Anyway, he gets possessed by what's his name, and then he goes back to let's call him Dorkface. Yeah. So he gets possessed by Dorkface, and he goes back to the thing, and he turns the machine on, and then all the hell breaks loose. So then at the end of the movie, he unpossesses Kevin, and then
that comes to my most infuriating moment.
Yeah.
Of the movie.
Oh, I think we share the same one. So they're trying to catch him, and he's like, "Oh, what form shall I take?" And Patty's like, "How about something adorable?" So he turns into the goddamn Ghostbusters logo.
Like the actual logo, it's all animated and cartoony and shit, and it starts talking to them. And I'm like, are you fucking joking?
With a little bow tie. And so the big baddie of this movie is the Ghostbusters logo.
Yeah, which then grows in size and turns into a CGI abomination.
Actually,
fuck,
I
man?
didn't hate the CGI on that much as I did with like the Stay Puft. But how fucking uninspired are you to have? What is this? The goddamn video game? We have to capture the Ghostbusters logo? What? Who thought that was a good idea?
It's really rare where a movie, I go in with fucking low expectations and a movie manages to lower the bar.
Because I've seen you come out of movies pretty angry. Like
Batman versus Superman.
Batman versus there we go. We mentioned it.
I think this movie's worse.
I think so. I hate to say it. Oh man,
we found something worse than Batman versus Superman.
You were angry at Independence Day from a couple weeks ago. I remember when we went to go see Prometheus on your birthday.
God.
Man, you were okay. Now I have to ask: Prometheus or this movie? Which is worse?
This movie. I'm going home and rewatching Prometheus.
Oh my god. So
actually, you know what? Prometheus again was less pretentious than Batman versus Superman.
Prometheus was ambitious, at least. If it's nothing if it's not ambitious.
Yeah.
But
it flew too close
I honestly like the more times you watch Prometheus, I think it gets a little bit better.
It gets a little bit better.
Because I remember we watched it in one of my film classes, and I'm like, you know what? Now that I'm like seeing things that I haven't seen before, it's not that bad. It's stupid. Still doesn't work, but
it still doesn't work. It is stupid, but
speaking of stupid and doesn't work, I think what this movie was what 2 hours.
About 2 hours.
Thank God it wasn't more than that.
Jesus. The original was what, like an hour and a half, maybe?
Probably.
It was shorter.
Movies are just getting longer for some fucking reason.
For no fucking reason.
This one wasn't that bad, but the problem this movie had was it was not funny.
It was not.
It was not. There were so many awkward, like, non sequitur babbling moments where, like, okay, so yeah, let's talk about the cat out of the bag
scene. Yes.
So they go to the mayor. The mayor says, "Oh, we know all about this. We have people working on it. We need you guys to stop what you're doing." So I forget how it just went. It goes. Kristen Wiig was like, so the cat is kind of out of the bag." And Melissa McCarthy is like, "I think they want the cat to go back in the bag." And then it just went. It just went on and on.
And I'm just sitting there like, just shut up. Move on.
There were scenes in this movie.
Get on with it.
There were scenes in this movie about Melissa McCarthy getting the wrong order of Chinese food.
Oh yeah, that whole gag.
Yeah. Oh.
Which was still not funny.
Yeah. And I think that's why I liked Holtzman so much, because she didn't participate in any of this.
No, she didn't participate in any of that.
She spoke when she needed to speak, when she was explaining the equipment, when they were figuring out the bombs where they were being placed. They figured out they were ley lines, and
she was like, and Leslie Jones were the only two that actually had lines that made me chuckle. Not laugh, just chuckle.
Absolutely.
The most the movie got out of me was like this. That was it. That's it.
Aside from the whenever a cameo showed up, I was like, oh look, it's Ernie Hudson. Yeah, he was the only one left.
It's Annie Potts.
Yeah, it's Sigourney Weaver at the very end. I was okay with Sigourney Weaver, honestly. She was apparently Holtzman's mentor. So like, all right, I'm down with that.
For the short amount of time she was in the movie.
Yeah.
And again, I love Sigourney Weaver.
Of course, you can't not love Sigourney Weaver, no matter what.
First and longest standing celebrity crush. But anyway, don't mean to let on you more than you
it's
can
okay.
know
But
about
basically, if they cut down on the needless, pointless, trying too hard to be funny scenes, this movie could have been a lot more tolerable.
Like I said, the women in this movie are very funny. Don't get me wrong. They were given a horribly unfunny script.
It's not their fault.
No, it's Paul Feig's fault.
It's not their fault. And it's freaking...
I hate that guy.
And Dan Aykroyd, probably. I'm sure he had a hand in this.
Probably.
And here's the thing about Dan Aykroyd. He is also very funny. He's a great comedian.
Yes. When
he has people to work with.
Yes.
When he's off on his own without a leash around his neck.
He goes frickin' snooker loopy.
He creates Caddyshack 2 and Blues Brothers 2000. And I think this movie has officially earned its place next to those movies.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god. I just want to watch Ghostbusters, the original now.
Piece of shit.
Did you watch Red Letter Media do their re-review of Ghostbusters?
No.
You should watch it because they explain everything that movie did right. They were saying it has the best kind of humor for a movie, dry and sarcastic.
Yeah.
That's why that movie worked. It had a great cast of comedians who knew how to work off each other,
They knew how to do like Bill Murray was just doing the whole movie deadpan.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Harold Ramis.
And that's what made it great.
Yeah.
And it's such a... Ghostbusters is such a hard movie to classify, too, because...
It's one of those where it's got something for everybody. Like, if they remade Princess Bride...
Yeah.
I think there would be just as much of an uproar, because that movie, I think, is perfect.
There's nothing wrong with... There's
nothing wrong with Princess Bride.
There was no reason for this movie. I will say, this is not my most hated remake. I honestly would put this like maybe a little bit below RoboCop. A little bit.
Yes, I would have to say, yeah.
First of all,
RoboCop is still... Yeah.
My most hated remake of all time.
For me, it's RoboCop.
It's RoboCop.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, that's right. We did see that, didn't we?
Clash of the Titans... Clash of the Titans committed the most heinous sin that any remake can make.
They threw away Booba.
They insulted the original. They insulted the original. RoboCop did not do that. This movie did not do that.
That's true.
Any other... No. Okay, because fucking... Oh, that is when just...
I forgot they threw away Booba.
That was fucking... when he picked up the thing, and he's like, what is this? And he goes, oh, that's trash. Throw it on the floor. That was not trash! That was Boobo the Owl. He was adorable. He was the hero of that movie. You don't know shit about Clash of the Titans. Okay, you goddamn... Okay. Sorry, but I'm scaring my dog. The fucking Hollywood hackneyed writers. You don't know shit. That owl was iconic. Oh, I'm sorry. Just... That movie infuriates me more than anything. But, yeah, this one...
I think Harley's gonna need some extra ear scratches.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's probably gone by now.
Probably.
RoboCop did not need to be remade.
No.
Clash of the Titans did not need to be remade.
Ghostbusters
did not need to be remade. I'm just sick of remakes. I'm just fucking sick of it. We did not need a remake of Total Recall. We did not need a remake of Fright Night or Nightmare on Elm Street or Red Dawn or any of the Footloose. They've remade fucking Footloose. I forgot about that.
Holy shit, they did?
Yeah.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, they did.
Was it direct to video?
No, I believe it was in theaters.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, we did not need these movies to exist. And they're still doing it. You know they're remaking Gremlins. You know they're remaking Predator. And they're redesigning the Predator. Did you know that?
Yeah, I do.
They said, and I quote, "We're going to make the Predator more fun."
They're going to give him a brown afro instead of...
Oh, he's going to be riding a unicycle and throwing rubber chickens at people. Oh. I'm sorry for that visual. But it's just...
I kind of want to see it.
Send it to Robot Chicken. I'm sure they'll do it. Anyway, this movie could have been good, but it completely ignored the things that made the original so great.
And honestly, I think all this hype about it got whipped up just to try and drum up sales. I really think that's what happened.
At this point, that's what I'm thinking.
All those people complaining about there being women Ghostbusters were probably paid off by the fucking studio to get people to go.
Don't conspiracy theory this, please.
No, I think that's really what it is.
I don't know. I think here's what I think.
Phony hype around this piece of shit film.
Listen. I hate the internet. I use it every day. I put my videos on the internet.
At this point, we could just classify it as a necessary evil.
Yeah, pretty much. I hate the internet because, and I refuse to be part of all the fighting because it was stupid. It was stupid. I'm not gonna pretend that there aren't people out there who are legitimately angry because the Ghostbusters were female, because I know better. Okay, I know better. But like everyone who was arguing about this movie was wrong. Everybody.
Both sides.
Both sides. If you like, because the initial arguments were Ghostbusters should not be remade. Okay, and then on the other side, it's like, well, we need more great female characters. Both of those arguments are valid. Those are valid arguments. Yeah. You both have a very good point, but then like this side is like, then all the fucking creeps come out of the woodwork and they're like, oh, you can't have female Ghostbusters or something. And then on the other side, we got like the people who are like, oh, you're just misogynist. You're all these guys are misogynists. And then all these people are just like, oh, you don't get the original. And I fucking hate it. I refuse to be a part of it. That's why I was so quiet about this.
I just abstained the whole time.
Yeah, I was just watching the nonsense happen.
Yeah.
And goddamn, it was so stupid.
It was.
We had like people threatening.
And in the end, it was a terrible movie.
It was not worth it.
It was not worth all of this shit.
None of you won the war.
You all should be fucking ashamed of yourselves.
You all fucking lose.
I hope you're fucking happy.
All of you actual misogynists that were threatening celebrities, you're wrong. All of you people that were like, oh, this is about the female thing. No, this was about a movie being bad.
Yeah.
You were not looking. You did not see the forest for the trees. You did not assume for a second that maybe, just maybe, people really, really loved Ghostbusters and didn't think anything need to be done to it. You were just wrapped up in all of your own agendas. And here we are in the middle, just being like, ugh.
We're the ones who had to watch this shit.
Yeah.
So fuck you.
Can you tell we came from a time before the internet when none of this really matters to me, except you know what I loved was my favorite part. Well, actually, I have two favorite parts of this whole fighting.
What's that?
One, the James Rolfe incident.
Yeah.
Because he put out a video saying he did not want to see this movie.
He refused.
Which was his right to do so.
Yeah.
If he did not want to see a movie, he did not have to see it. Yeah. I know it's kind of weird that he put out a video specifically addressing that, but you know, people were going to be asking him anyway. So he's like, so he just set the record straight. He's like, I don't want to see the movie. And okay, fair enough. And then
you know what?
Then the internet articles popped up, and then Patton Oswalt got threatened which was not cool. I love Patton Oswalt.
Same.
I don't know what he did to deserve that, especially because they were attacking the fact that his wife had died.
Yeah,
and they were going after that. Fuck you!
There's ugliness on both sides.
Fuck you if you were one of those people. Seriously, fucking unsubscribe from this channel, you piece of shit. And the other part was, and if I'm trying to play both sides of the field here. The other part was, my favorite was, somebody put out an article with the title, "The original Ghostbusters was not that great to begin with." You clickbait motherfucker. You fucking hackneyed millennial 20-year-old fucking wannabe journalist.
Yeah, that guy could sit on a rail spike.
You don't know shit about anything. You just wanted clicks, you piece of shit. Oh, man.
Yeah, speaking of pieces of shit, yeah, Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters 2016 was a piece of shit.
Yeah. I would honestly say I really wanted to like it. I wanted to at least say it was okay.
Yeah.
And while there were parts I liked...
There were parts,
yeah,
rare as they were, that made me chuckle.
Yeah, by the way...
Whole.
Yeah, it did not... It didn't work. And by the way, because I've been quiet about this whole thing, I feel good, like, unloading all this dirty laundry now. For anyone who says, is one of those people that's like, the original Ghostbusters was not that great to begin with, that is an unfriendable offense to me. If you are one of those people, unfriend me on Facebook, unfollow me on Twitter, unsubscribe from this channel. You are fucking dead to me. You don't get it.
You're cut off.
Yeah, you're done. You're dead. Dead to me. In the words of Grunkle Stan, dead to me!
So yeah, Ghostbusters, save your money.
Yeah.
Save your money, save your time. There's plenty of other shit remakes being made that you can go out and save.
I guess at this point we can kind of hope that the animated movie would be better, because they have announced that they're
No shit.
Yeah, you know that Ghost Core thing at the beginning of the video? Yeah, that's like their new franchise thing.
Oh, no kidding.
They're trying to branch out, and they said that they wanted to do an animated movie, which they announced a while ago. And weirdly enough, it's going to be directed by the guy that does the the commercials for Clash of Clans. You know Clash of Clans?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, you know those commercials where the barbarians are running at the... Yeah, the guy that did those is doing the Ghostbusters movie. I know, right? What a weird...
It's not Paul Feig. I'll watch it.
It's not Paul Feig, thank God.
Yeah. Burn in hell.
Jeez. I'm not as rageful as he is, but yeah, just don't go see the movie.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
And people who are going to say this movie's better than the original are probably the same people that like the Star Wars prequels above the original Star Wars trilogy. And they're wrong.
So wrong.
I mean, I think this was better than the prequels, but I'm talking about the Star Wars people. They're wrong. You were wrong for liking the prequels over the original.
They're wrong.
Yeah. When does Star Trek come out? I need to watch something really cool.
Yeah,
a couple weeks, I think.
I think so.
All right.
Probably next week, I think.
Is it next week? Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think we have anything left to say about this. This is the longest vlog we've done.
No, I'm spent.
Yeah, I'm still kind of...
Fuck this movie.
I'm still kind of like shaking from my rant about Clash of the Titans, so I need to go...
Yeah, you need to.
I need to go
soak your head.
chill out. I'm gonna go take a walk and play Pokemon Go.
Yep.
All right, Ghostbusters.
I think there's a Squirtle like.
Watch the original. Watch.
Away.
watch the second movie. The second movie gets a raw deal. It's not as good as first.
Yeah, it's not as good as the first, but it's not as bad as people say.
No, it's not.
It's definitely
really
better
not.
than this one.
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Spent.
Let's go watch Ghostbusters and then play Pokemon Go.
All right.
All right. Later.
Team Valor.